Hello to all gamers. It's a new year. Let's play the same game I've been playing for 3 weeks. 3 weeks? That seems reasonable. Hello. Welcome back. I mean, more like welcome back to me. You ever wonder, like, the year is really like, it's like, it's arbitrary, right? Like, there's not much of a difference between December 31st, 2021 and January 3rd, 2022. But it inspires that, like, imposter syndrome, man. You're like, in 2021, I had it, man. I had it. You have two houses? I had great improv. Brain was working at peak capacity. But what if, like, just watching Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve, I'm worried that it might have killed my sense of humor to the extent that, like, I may never be funny again. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to recover. Do they still call it Dick Clark's? They do still call it Dick Clark's, even though it's hosted by Ryan Seacrest and then whatever flavor of the month ex Disney Channel star that they can get for pennies on the dollar. No offense to Liza Koshy, who I actually think is like reasonably charismatic and funny, but definitely a little bit of disrespect to whoever the co-host was in 2019. You know her. I don't know her. I'm too old. She was in Fantasy Island, the horror movie. No, it wasn't Ninja. It wasn't Julie Chen. Hold on. Let me pop. Paul Bufano. Let me pop out chat here real quick. It was not Betty Davis, but that would have been one of my guesses too. Fantasy Island 2020. Her name is Lucy Hale. What a cast. Fantasy Island, also known as Blumhouse's Fantasy Island, is a 2020 American supernatural horror film starring Michael Pena. I like that guy. Maggie Q, also known as the Big Bad from Die Hard 4. Lucy Hale, who I only know from Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve. Who is Austin Stowell? He's an American actor known for his roles in Dolphin Tale, its sequel, Dolphin Tale 2, and Steven Spielberg's Bridge of Spies. I do not know that. Jimmy O. Yang, I do know, from Silicon Valley. I don't know any of these. Well, I know, wait, that's not true. I know Michael Rooker, also known as Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, but also known as one of the lead actors from the Sylvester Stallone vehicle Cliffhanger. Also known as Merle, that's right. Also known as, what's his last name? Merlin Durrell in a game. What could be better? Dude, that video is like, geez, that's got to be like 9 years old at this point, right? When they made the Walking Dead video game. Not the, I was thinking of World War Z for a second. Dixon, that's it. Merlin Durrell in a game. What could be better? Good question. Well, here's one answer for you. Super Mario 64. Okay, I'm going to hydrate a little bit here. Just realized Michael Rooker and Woody Harrelson are not the same person. True, that's true. They do look kind of similar. And I'm not like you. I could easily use this as an opportunity to be like, oh, what? All bald people look the same to you? But like legitimately, they do look very similar. No doubt about it. But they're both good actors. Michael Rooker has been in some crazier projects. Like he was in the James Gunn movies before Guardian of the Galaxy, like Slither, where he played Elizabeth Banks' husband who got like infected by an alien worm and turned into a big slug. He's in Cliffhanger. He ate a shit brownie, I think, in Mallrats and licks his fingers. There's a lot of. I mean, not all of them are good. But I like Michael Rooker. Also, like the way he sounds. How he sounds like this. It's kind of like if Adam Sandler had bronchitis. That was an actual good impression. Boy, I raised you since you were a space slug. Little Nicky, if he had chronic bronchitis. Spot on impression. Man, I had no idea. If only Michael Rooker was like 10 times more famous, that could actually be worth something. Also, can I just say, I love when I go to, I mean, okay, look, I'm pushing my own monogamous views on people, but it's a nice feeling when you go to a celebrity's Wikipedia page and you see like spouse. One spouse married 1979. They've been married. This guy is, well, actually, I guess he's almost 70 years old, but still. Like, that's good. Good. Michael and Margot Rookie. This is dedicated to you. 33 years, 43 years of marriage. I forgot. Get my decades mixed up sometimes. Unless they're like unhappy, in which case, you know, it's time to move on. But like, I'm going to assume based on the text in the Wikipedia page that they're happy. Can I also say I love when you look at a celebrity's Wikipedia page and when you click on personal life, it's one sentence long. Rooker lives in California and is married to Margot Rooker. They were married June 22nd, 1979, and have 2 daughters. He practices the Kyokushin style of karate. Sick, dude. That's kind of... Usually you click on it and it's like, you know, here's all the allegations against them. Instead, he's just like, this is where he lives. He's been married for over 40 years, and he practices a style of karate. Check out Michael Pena's. Look, Han Solo. Look, I know Michael Pena is... I choose to live my life as a baby boomer, okay? Devoid of the context of the celebrities who I find affable because of their roles. I choose to live my life in ignorance, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I know he's like a Scientologist or whatever. Look, I'm not saying if I saw him, I would be like, hey, you're my favorite actor. But when I see him in a movie, I say like, oh, I like this guy when he's in movies because he does the thing where he like talks fast. True, that's true. No, I'm not going to read Mark Wahlberg's personal life section live on stream. I'm aware that I believe like he blinded a man in one eye in a hate crime when he was younger. I don't know. Like, I don't need anything more than that. That's enough. That's enough to be like, let's not bust that out on stream. Can you at least call him a piece? I think Mark Wahlberg's a piece. Look, I'll be honest. There's been times in my life where I was like, Mark Wahlberg, he's kind of like, when I would like watch him in a movie, I would be like, oh, I like when Mark Wahlberg shows up. When he's in The Departed, you know, there are lots of other stuff that like doesn't come to mind right now. But then, like, I watched an episode of Mark Wahlberg's HBO show. It's not called like it's not the Wahlburgers one. It's called Wall Street, isn't it? It's always wordplay with these people, the Wahlbergs. But it was easily one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my entire life. It was just exclusively about like Mark Wahlberg's struggle to start like an apparel brand, and I'm like, I dead ass do not care. Because you're already like an extremely wealthy, you know, like 8-figure, if not 9-figure multimillionaire. Like, who gives a shit? He's like, oh, COVID really fucked up me trying to launch my apparel business. And you're like, okay, go be in movies then, asshole. Who cares? Like literally is like he's so stressed. They have this footage from like when COVID first hit America and like everything shut down. And he's like, man, I'm so stressed out right now. This is gonna like fuck up the launch of whatever it's called, like, you know, True Boston or something like that. But he's like handling these phone calls from a wing in his palatial estate, and I'm like, just come on, man. You can't be running that show in the middle of the pandemic. Oh, one of my wealth silos, you know? It's just like, why don't you just take like a year and a half off, man? You got the Transformers royalty. Come back when we, you know, lick this, and then you'll be fine. Anyway, hold on. Let me just hydrate a little bit. That was me licking COVID. Gross. How you feeling? Thank you for asking. I'm good, honestly. Like the slightest bit of congestion, but no other symptoms of the illness that briefly afflicted me last week. That's it. Apart from that, I am good to go. No, it's not Monka S. It was Monka S last week, when you don't know how the sickness is gonna go, and you're like, oh, this could be bad, and then like, you know, now that I'm on the upswing, it's not Monka S. It's like, wake up. It's the first of the month. It's the third of the month. So get your BLJs up. Hold on. Did you get your booster yet? Shut the fuck up. I think BC has currently rolled out boosters to nonagenarians who got 2 doses of AstraZeneca in February 2020. So, I don't know. It should only be like 8 or 9 years before I get my booster. Pretty sure I'll probably have had Omicron like 7 times by then. I should be giving them a booster. At that point, well, that is crackly audio, man. That is crackly audio. What is it? Game capture. There we go. Seinfeld scripts from 2022. I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld. It's still funny. Fuck you. I know what you're going to say. God, 2020s are so fucked. I can't even talk about how much I enjoyed the television show Seinfeld without somebody reminding me Jerry Seinfeld dated a minor in 1992. Like, I know it's fucked up, but the show, it's really good. Like, it's a good show. Load, suspend point. I hate how they call them suspend points. It seems like what happens in school when you throw somebody's wheat thins in the garbage. You know what's kind of fucked up about Seinfeld? Jason Alexander legit looks younger now than he did when Seinfeld was on the air. It started airing like almost 40 years ago. That's false? False, that's false. You know what? That's pretty false. Didn't he do one of those? He did, and I have nothing but, respect. I think if you make it to like 45 years old and you decide you want like a hair transplant and you're done being bald, you put in your time, by all means. Doesn't bother me. He did do Shallow Hal, one of the worst movies of the 2000s, without a doubt. Yo, I don't want to go to bat for Jeff Bezos, by the way, but everyone is posting that photo of him from his New Year's Eve party where he looks like the most divorced man of all time because he's wearing a silk shirt that looks like a rug tucked into white jeans. Okay, look, the picture is really funny. It's funny enough that I almost right-click saved and sent it to the Discord and added Justin just to say, like, imagine. And the heart-shaped glasses. Yeah, but if you read the context, which you shouldn't because you should got better things to do with your life, their New Year's Eve party was a disco-themed party. Okay? It's not like... If he was wearing that on January 3rd, like, to lunch, then you can dunk on him because that's, like, a very hilarious look, okay? But, like, it's a New Year's Eve themed party. The shirt was $1,400. He's dead ass like the richest, well, like the third richest person in the world or something like that. If the third richest man in the world is in the market for $1,400 silk shirts that look like rugs, then who's gonna buy them? There's only two Paul brothers. Anyway, okay. It's still funny, okay? I'm just saying he's literally dressed up in a costume and people are like, imagine being this divorced. And I'm like, bro, you just, look, you could dunk on him for the laugh or, not knowing William Shatner was a recovering alcoholic and trying to give him champagne over and over when he went to outer space. And also, I love you alive girl and stuff like that and et cetera, et cetera. But like, he's just having fun. Can you just cut him some slack for like this one? It's just one photo, okay? If he wears the shirt again, right click save, imagine, but anyway, okay. No. Look, I'm just saying in a world where when Grimes broke up with Elon Musk, he got the Gary Oldman haircut from The Fifth Element. That shit was like October. That wasn't a Halloween party. That was just like, he just got emotionally fucked up and it manifested itself in his hair. At least this was just at an event where they were like dressed like it's the 70s. Okay, anyway, sorry. And 3, 2, 1, go.